All right, I am back. Took a little bit of a hiatus because I had a MMA fight actually, but here are some older tournament footage. I believe this is from back in June. Got a few more of these to get through, and then I'll get to my blue belt debut actually, which I got promoted to blue belt in the summer. But anyways, this is an older tournament. Here I am. We're starting off. He tries to throw me in a shitty way, and I land right on top of him and get 2, I think. Even though you could honestly count that as a guard pull for him, but whatever. I get 2 points. It's a little bit difficult to see right now. Ref's in the way, but oh well. I think I'm trying to pass his guard, but he ends up getting back to full guard. Once again, that's what white belts like to do. They like to sit in closed guard. Thankfully, blue belts don't do that, which I found out actually I found out the hard way, honestly. And then boom, he hits me with a beautiful little monkey roll sweep there. And I have to turn and wrestle up into him to remain on top here. And here he's fishing for a choke. Not sure what. It looks kind of like a guillotine, but I think he's got some lapel action underneath there. But as you can see, there's my buddy right next to me coaching on the sidelines there. In the moment, I thought there was no way he was going to hit me with that sweep, but there I went. And then we're back to standing again. Score is 2-4 for me. I decide to pull guard. I don't know why, but there I go. And he's trying pretty hard to walk around my legs. But I have pretty decent guard retention. I like to think, at least. And there, he's like stepping on my hands and shit, Rotolo style. But obviously not quite as good as they are. Come on, ref, get your ass out the way. I think I'm being called on an illegal grip there. I had the 4 fingers inside the sleeve of the pants, which you're apparently not allowed to do under IBJJF rules. Which I guess, I mean, it makes sense, I suppose, but whatever. Still trying to pass my guard, I go for a little bit of half guard action, but it doesn't look like I know what I'm doing. He's trying to pressure into me, cross face, and flatten me out, and I've still got a little weak knee shield there that's preventing him from doing that. Then I get more of a guard back here. I'm not sure what I'm trying to set up. I feel like it looks like I'm just flailing around on my back. And there he actually manages to get me into a full half guard here. But here I use that to set up the windshield wiper sweep, or the giggler as it's called. And I sweep him over with that. Which I'm pretty happy I hit that. I hit that a lot in the gym, and it's nice to hit it in competition for once. But there I'm up now 6-2 with about 1:30 left on the clock. I don't know what the ref's telling us about. Maybe she's just restarting us in the middle, or I'm not sure what the deal is. So yeah, just a restart then. All right. And she's going to the scoreboard, actually. I don't know if there was like a scoring issue or if someone got a penalty. Looks like I have a penalty, actually. I don't know what I did. Maybe I was stalling. Could be the case. But she's checking with the score people about something. Who knows what. They're about to mess with the score, maybe. Potentially here. Nope, nothing changed. Alrighty. Oh, she added some time to the clock. I see. Alright, well... Anyways, I'm on top here, looking to pass this man's guard. I get straight to half guard. He's turtles. I think he's trying to choke me here with a baseball bat choke. But this happened to me once before, and I figured out how to defend it. It's not super tight, so I'm just kind of chilling. I feel the pressure a little bit, but I've got my hand in there, and he's really selling out for this. He's really trying. And I'm just sitting pretty, waiting for him to give up on this attack. And then he gives up and we start standing again. Got the nice little underhook there. He tries to throw me in a bad attempt. I take his back right away. Jump right on his back there. And here I'm going to start setting up a collar choke, I believe. I don't think I have the right grips, though. Kind of tough to see, but up there I've got the grip on his right lapel. And I'm beginning to collar choke him. And I get the submission. In like the last 20 seconds. Last 15 seconds of the match, I get the sub. That was a good warm-up match. And a good start to this tournament for me. Which would end up being a pretty good tournament for me. As you'll see in this video. And the future video after this. So, yeah, once again, referees getting us to tie our belts and making sure we look nice for the hand raise. Beautiful. All right, second match in the gi here. This is actually a guy I would end up facing 3 more times after this. And we'd actually have a super fight against each other on a super fight card about a month after this took place. But here's our first match here in the gi. I start trying to set up a Russian tie, trying to snap him down, feel him out. I already know I'm competing against him in a super fight show later on, so I kind of want to see what he's all about, see if I have to really be worried about him. Here he tries an inside trip, tries to get me down. We're doing a little bit of gi wrestling. Not a big fan of gi wrestling, honestly. I feel like it's pretty hard to set up shots, but I've gotten a little bit better at it since this time. But still, even he's trying some sloppy inside trips there. I'm still having difficulty clearing a lot of the grips that come in the gi. But there, we break away. And we get back to the wrestling. This kind of sloppy wrestling. He tries that trip again, and I just reverse it on him and take him down, using my athleticism to my advantage there. And I'm immediately past his guard right off the bat. I think I get 2 for the takedown, 2 for the guard pass. And I'm immediately attacking his back here. Get both hooks in the first minute 30 of the match. I'm thinking to myself, wow, I got this one in the bag. Easy, no problem. But little did I know, he was a scrappy dude. I'm thinking I'm just going to choke this guy. Sink in my RNC and finish this right off the bat here. I go to put it in. Pause. I go to get my arm around his neck. At least I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm trying. I'm a little bit high here. High enough to the side, and he's got a hold on my wrist. So I have to clear that grip if I intend on choking him from here. So I give it a quick yank, set up my half Nelson here to break down his posture a little bit. Flatten him out, fully flatten him out. He manages to clear one hip though to try and get back to a better position. But there I get the grip, full RNC locked in. I'm thinking this is done. This is a wrap. I've got it fully locked. There's nothing he can do, but for whatever reason, he's not tapping. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what's this guy made out of? Look at that. Fully locked, knife hand behind the neck, under the chin. Why is this guy not tapping? And then I let it go because I'm like, obviously my ankle's off or something. And I asked him after the match if that was tight, and he told me it wasn't. And I was like, what the hell? I guess I'm just trash. But from here, I'm thinking, I got to switch to something else. I'm going to have to, like, break his arm or something. And I start to fall off, and I switch straight into a triangle right off the bat. And I've got him in a fully locked triangle here, too. Once again, he is not tapping. So I'm thinking, what do I got to do to this guy? Like, he's taking everything I'm throwing at him. I've got to break something. Like, that's my only option here. But my posture's too folded in. I can't like crease him over for the arm bar. And here my triangle starts to loosen up here, and I have to tighten it up. And I start to try and cut the angle here by underhooking his right leg or his left leg with my right arm to try and set up some sort of finishing pressure here, but he's really pressuring into me to try and break my posture, and it works. I have to let go of the triangle, and I try and just get my guard back to a more suitable position. But he toughed out some of my best submissions, and honestly, I blame the gi, but hey, it is what it is. He seemed pretty stoked to be getting out of my offense there. But we would face each other 2 more times on this day. And then I hit him with a quick little lumberjack sweep. I don't even get on top. He manages to pressure back into me and stay on top of me. At this point, I think he's just trying to open my guard or get something done. Like, I'm already up big time on the points. Referee starts us in the middle. This is the finals match in the gi, by the way. Winner of this takes home the gold. I think he dominated his first match too, if I remember correctly. And here he's just trying to do anything he can to break over my posture. I think at this point I'm just thinking I'm just going to hold on here and take the win. I hit him with a quick little sweep at the end. Why not? And then I do a big guard pass attempt here. Holy cow. I guess I wasn't holding on. I was trying to score still. Damn. All right. And there we go. Match expires, and I'm going to walk away with the victory. He was a very nice guy. He still is, actually. Hasn't changed. He's a cool dude. But yeah, I take the first victory in our series. And I'll walk away with the gold medal there. But yeah, he surprised me with his resilience there. I figured for our next matches I was definitely going to have to improve my finishing mechanics, or else I'd have to grind him out some more, and I wasn't interested in doing that. I wanted to put him away fast. So anyways, I get the victory, and then it's on to the Nogi, I believe. And here she is actually warning us about talking to each other, because we were talking shit throughout the match. And she's like, you guys can't be talking like that. No swearing or you could get DQ'd. And we were like, oh, okay. Our bad, I guess. And shake her hand and be on our way. First match of the Nogi here. I'm up against some guy I've never heard of or seen before. But he looked kind of jacked, so I was a little bit worried that maybe he was going to be some wrestler or something. But we slap and bump. We get into the clinch right away. He comes at me with a little bit of aggression. Feels pretty strong, but I kind of take him down really easy. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess he's not a wrestler. And then he's trying to push and get back to his feet, but I'm just going to sit on him, lay on him a little bit. He seemed a little bit nervous, and he didn't do the Nogi, or he didn't do the gi. So I figured he was probably a Nogi guy, and this was his first match of the day, and he'd be a little bit antsy to get going. So I'd already had 2 matches, so my thought process was, well, I'll just sit on him and let him burn a little bit of energy, and then I'll finish him a little bit later in the match. But we get reset in the middle. I've already got 2 points for my measly little takedown. Restarts us again here. He's trying to set up his frames on my face. On my face and his hip, but I just use it straight to mount. And I get I think it's 4 points for mount. And he's trying to squirm away from me. He's not doing a great job of bucking, though. He manages to get the half guard for a little bit, but I take it straight back to mount. He's trying to buck me off. He's having a real hard time doing it. He's not controlling my wrists or anything. That's why he's failing to buck me off here. Then I take his back, I almost locked in the body triangle. I think I've got the choke right on him. I think I just have a nice little palm-to-palm grip on the choke there. And I'm going to turn it into the full RNC. I flatten him out. I think this might be it. Boom. Submission right there. So quick first match to the Nogi. I've always considered myself more of a Nogi guy. I think I'm better in the Nogi. But anyways, got myself a nice little sub. And I'm on to the next round. I believe I had 3 matches in the Nogi, and that was match number 1. Nice little victory. And here we are, the rematch. Me versus Noah Audet, round 2. This time in the Nogi. He might as well be wearing a gi. Look how big that shirt is. But here, he came out ready to go. He wasn't scared of me at all, which I like, even after I'd beaten him. But he came very aggressive, looking to attack me, and I shoot a quick double. Gotta make sure he understands. Quick double leg, take him down, pass the guard right away. From here, I'm thinking, what does this guy have in the Nogi? What can he do? Surely he can't defend as many subs as he did in the gi. Because I suck in the gi, and that's why I lost, surely. So if I can't finish him Nogi, then I truly am garbage, and I should just retire. But here, he actually bucks me off and gets right back to his feet. And I was like, oh man. I give him a little smile. I'm like, well, good job, buddy. I can't believe you did that, honestly. I should have never let that happen. But anyways, we're back wrestling again. Doing a little bit of collar tying. I shoot another double leg, take him down again, right off the bat. Again. I'm like, I can't let this guy live. Like, this has gone on too long. We had fun, but it's time to put him away. So there, I move straight to mount. And I'm thinking, okay, well, I mounted the other guy pretty easily and finished him pretty fast. I'll just do the same thing here. And here I go. Almost exactly the same as it went in the last match. Got the choke right under his neck again. This time I've got him for good. Oh, and he fights it off. Great. Come on, Noah, give it up. Just let me have this. I'm already 11 points in the lead. But he keeps fighting. He was determined, very determined. And here I am controlling his back pretty well. I'm going to try and flatten him out here, get 2 underhooks and flatten him. But he turns to a hip, which makes it a little bit tougher to do. But I'm determined to choke this guy from the back here, because I couldn't get it in our first match, so I had to get it now. I lock up the body triangle. I'm not letting him go anywhere. He's not getting away from me. And here I'm just going to fish and fish and fish until I can get under his neck. And finish him. But he's on a side, so it's making it pretty difficult. I have to abandon my body triangle if I'm going to correct my angle. And here, I'm not sure what it looks like I'm trying to set up a guillotine almost. A mounted guillotine, but he's at a weird angle for that too. If I was going to set that up, I'd need him to try and really turn into me, but he's opting to stay on his side. And here I'm looking at chair sitting almost and taking his back, or falling off for a choke, but I decide to just stay on his back here. And then I get my hand under his neck again. And I'm hand fighting. I know this time for sure. But once again, he does a great job hand fighting and stopping this. I'm thinking at this point, what's it going to take to finish this guy? Like, he's giving me everything. And here it looks like I finally have it under the neck. Finally, I get a sub out of him. It only took like 9.5 minutes total mat time to get it, but I got him to tap. And I was pretty stoked about that. So now I was on to the finals of the Nogi. But we would meet again in the absolute bracket as well. So stay tuned for that. Alright, here we are in the Nogi finals of my weight class. This video is probably just going to be focused on the weight classes, so stay tuned for a second video for the absolute division. But this is a guy I'd fought before, and I believe I'd finished him, but he was trying really hard to take me down, be aggressive. He's a guy that likes to go out and submit people really fast. That's what he did in all of his matches, got some really quick subs. But I wasn't going to let him do that to me, obviously. Obviously not. So here I try a little foot sweep there. We're doing a little bit of hand fighting. He shoots a double leg. I sprawl him out. I use it to get on top of myself. And from here I'm trying to do a little bit of a scoop pass there. Transition to a Darce choke attempt maybe. Give up on that. He gets his guard back right away. And here we are fighting from inside his guard. I'm trying a little Nogi Ezekiel there from guard. That's not going to work, Griffin. Give that up for sure. I listen. And he tries a nice little hip bump sweep and almost sweeps me actually, but I use it to do nothing actually. Once again, trying that Nogi Ezekiel. One day I'll get it. One day I'll get it. He's trying to set stuff up, peel my grips off. He was really, really fishing hard for that Kimura hip bump sweep, that transition. Here he is trying a guillotine on me as well. I can't believe I let him even get that far. Honestly, a little bit embarrassing. I should have been more proactive to fight that off, but I slipped my head. It wasn't a very good attack anyways. And I'm just trying to peel open his guard and ultimately pass, but I should really be standing up here. That's the best way to open the closed guard, but once again he tries that hip bump attack and shoots up a triangle, and I use that to immediately pass his guard. I do that a lot in training, and I'm very good at slipping triangles and turning them into guard passes. And then here we've ended up in half guard here, and we can get to one of my favorite passing positions. But here I'm just using it to pressure down really hard into him. And he actually almost gets his guard back, but I slip my knee in and knee slide and finally pass his guard. And spin all the way to his back too, wow. Here I am trying to slip my hooks in, but I fail and we end up back in side control. In our first match I actually took his back and choked him, so he was aware of that. He was aware that that was what I wanted to do again. And he does a pretty good job fighting it off. And he manages to get his guard back. And I'm thinking, shit, now I gotta pass his guard again. Man. Once again, he's attacking what we call at my gym, we call it the Fab Four, which is the Kimura hip bump guillotine attack, but he tries the Kimura sweep to the hip bump, and I just explode through it, pass his guard, and go straight to mount. Then here he gives a big buck here and almost bucks me over, but I managed to get my far hook in and maintain that back control. And from here I'm thinking, oh, I'm just going to choke him again. Boom, do what I did last time. But he's fighting me very good here. I'm trying to fish, get my arm across his chin, and I almost got it for a second there. And I switched to the other side. I've locked up the body triangle here. And there, I'm totally under his neck here. I'm thinking, oh, I got him now. But he manages to actually fight the grip off, I think. Because I've got that on very tight. But something was off, so I had to give it up. I'm switching to the other side, switching. But he's doing a really good job actually keeping me flat here and hand fighting and prying my hands off. And from there I'm starting to lose the back, so I just ended up back in mount. There's only 5 seconds left. Here I try for one last Nogi Ezekiel. Switch to an armbar really fast, but ultimately couldn't get it. But got the dominant win, 21-0. And I walked away with the gold. A nice little tournament. Weight class, double gold, gi and Nogi. I was pretty happy with that showing. Thought he did pretty decently.